This is Jason Patrick. Welcome to the Frog Brothers Podcast.
Put that cookie down now!
Did you fuck my mom, Santa Claus? Did you fuck my mom, Santa?
Hallelujah! Holy shit! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
You have a TV? No. I just like to read the TV guide. Read the TV guide. Don't need a TV.
South's special Christmas.
I told you we should have not have seen it.
Over 1,600 titles, each for rent at just $2 the first night, and only...
And for all these reasons, I've decided to scalp you and burn your village to the ground.
Now, I have to kill all of you.
Welcome to the Frog Brothers Podcast with your hosts, Justin and Alec.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. And a Happy New Year.
Hello, and welcome to the Frog Brothers Podcast. My name's Justin.
I'm Alec.
And there's Nick over there somewhere reading something on his phone.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Good morning.
So, got a little bit of news to jump into this week.
Do we?
Yeah, so last week when we recorded, we didn't talk a thing about the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer, or what was the other trailer you talked about, Nick?
Indiana Jones and the Dial of
Indiana
Destiny.
Jones.
Is it Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, maybe?
Or Dial of Destiny. Is it just the Dial of Destiny?
Yeah, I think it's just Dial of Destiny.
The name's kind of meh, but we'll see. There's also some hilarious CGI in that video. Did you see the bit of him riding the horse where his face just like moves around? It's like it's clearly early trailer CGI. I get it, but it's still hilarious.
Yeah.
Are you implying that's a stunt double with dots on his face? Maybe. Because Harrison Ford would die if he got thrown from a horse. Is that what you're saying?
That motherfucker crashed an airplane and survived. So don't say he'd die if he got thrown from a horse. He also broke his leg in a door.
He did
on
crash
Star
an
Wars.
airplane, and that was directed by Ivan Reitman. That film.
Yeah, but Superman got paralyzed from getting thrown by a horse. So.
No, I mean Harrison Ford crash landed that plane in real life.
Yeah, I know. Ivan Reitman directed it. He was there.
You talking about Air Force One?
It was right after he grabbed Anna Faris's ass and screamed at her on set.
Interesting. Well, that a fun fact, there is the downtown airport in Kansas City, and they had the plane that Harrison Ford crashed in the museum for a little while, a couple summers ago. So
That's fucking hilarious.
Was it glued back together?
Harrison Ford crashed
Like
this
a-
airplane.
Yeah,
He was
Harrison
on high
Ford-
in cocaine.
Like a dinosaur
and he
skeleton?
survived, though. It's not like a Buddy Holly situation where everyone's like, "Oh, what could he have done?"
Well, what did you guys think of the Dial of Destiny trailer?
We'll see. It seems interesting, I guess.
Better
I mean,
than Crystal Skull trailer? Better than Crystal Skull, maybe?
I don't know. Crystal Skull is not as bad as everyone says.
Right.
A lot of people hate that movie. I enjoyed it because if you look at the time that movie took place in, it was right on fucking point with Roswell, New Mexico, all that shit. And the whole Indiana Jones series was a throwback to old serial movies like
From
that.
the 30s.
Well, the people that
like
think
serial. Yeah.
the people that think that Aliens is less realistic than the shit in the other movies are morons. So.
Oh,
Yes.
Meeting Jesus and drinking from magical cups.
Exactly.
Well, that's the thing. Temple of Doom is
Aliens are
fucking
actually
awesome,
real.
and that's a controversial movie. A lot of people either hate or love Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite one.
It's my favorite, but but I also watched it the most as a child.
I kind of want to watch it.
It's the reason we have PG-13. Right?
Yeah.
Well, don't worry. Leading up to the release of that, we will be covering all the original Indiana Jones flicks because we're going to have to.
Yeah. And we're going to do episode by episode of Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Harrison Ford.
No, we're not.
Will come on and talk.
Well, we can say anything at this point.
I'm old and crotchety.
Yeah, so we did another Indiana Jones movie, and
I don't know.
we shot the movie. And
He likes that series. He doesn't so much like Star Wars, talking about that and doing
I
that.
don't even fucking bring up Star Wars. Fuck you. I'll kill you and your family.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Doesn't I mean, I'm going to see it.
I think he's going to die
Well, I mean,
in it.
the real question is, will Harrison Ford survive to see its release?
Wait, how old was Indiana Jones in the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles? Because he's in an episode as an old man, and he's pretty old, I think.
I don't
so
know.
then that's canon. So
They say that series is canon.
I believe so.
By whose standard?
So he's got to at least live to be that long. But they might have just overdone the makeup. So
you say so.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I like that trailer. It looks fun.
I don't want to fucking go to a movie and be sad though. Like I'm over the sad fucking movies.
It's gonna be the last one, so one of them's gonna die.
Ghostbusters Afterlife, it's fucking sad. Clerks 3 is fucking sad. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is gonna be fucking sad.
Somebody dies at all of them.
I'm
now.
fucking over
James
it already.
Bond died. Sorry if you haven't seen it, but it's been over a year.
Well, I mean,
they're all
you already
gonna
spoiled
die.
that for me before I watched that movie.
That's because I thought you'd already watched it.
Well, you thought wrong. You knew I hadn't, but you just forgot.
You sure Justin didn't spoil that?
I know it was you because you went afterwards. I remember
I'm
you
not
went,
usually
"Oops,
like
I
that.
hope I didn't spoil that.
I'm usually not the one that does it. Oh my god.
I don't think any of us really spoil shit with each other. We're usually pretty careful about that.
Anyway, yeah, Guardians. It looks fun, fine, whatever. But again, it just, I don't know, man. It's just fucking bait to do that with fucking Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sad. There's gonna be some more fucking death. It's probably gonna be Rocket Raccoon fucking dying. Raccoon can't fucking live forever, motherfucker.
Oh, I know. I mean,
maybe he'll get turned back into a regular raccoon.
No, because he's already expanded. He's already lived past a regular raccoon's lifetime per the MCU. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, it looks promising. It looks like it should be good. James Gunn coming back doing it. The Guardians Christmas special was entertaining enough. Did we ever
talk about
I
that?
fucking watched it. Sadly, yes. I wasted my time in my life watching.
You didn't like it?
Thought it was fucking trash, to be honest. Like it was interesting for part of it. I wasn't mad
it's not
that
great.
I wasn't mad for like the first 30 minutes or so, or maybe 20 minutes. Like the whole God, what's her fucking name?
Mantis?
Yeah, Mantis and God, what's his fucking name?
Drax.
I know their names, but like I don't.
Mantis and Drax with Kevin Bacon.
I was
the
fine with
highlight,
that.
yeah.
Like I wasn't complaining because I'm kind of over Chris Pratt at this point too. So I was like, all right, sure, I don't need as much Chris Pratt. But then Chris Pratt going, oh my God, Christmas lights and like jizzing and like, why didn't you just fucking take him to Earth and have him experience Christmas? This is fucking stupid. This whole thing is fucking.
I'd rather
dumb.
it been a big group together thing, but
And then it
we're
got
gonna get
too
another movie,
cringy
so.
and cheesy, like way too Christmas specially, and not in like a look, we're being all Christmas specially and this is funny and it's on its head way, like just flat out serious and boring to me. Sorry, but hey, someone had to say it.
It wasn't that long to be a big waste of time though, so I think it was all right.
I didn't even watch the last 5 minutes. Maybe I was literally just like, I'm done.
I watched it with my kids and they had fun with it, and that's I think the audience like a Christmas special on Disney Plus is not aimed at.
I don't give a fuck. They did a terrible job. I
General
think.
audience.
It was not as good as I was expecting. I guess I can say that.
Well,
the Kevin Bacon bit was fun, but again, they just like
the part of it. Once you realize that it's going to be Drax and Mantis for 90% of this, and really all they wanted to get out of that to tell us is that Mantis is Star-Lord's sister.
And Gamora's not even in it.
Yeah.
No.
Well, yeah, we don't even know where she's at this point.
But she's
right?
in the third movie trailer.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, it just wasn't up to my liking.
I don't know, I'm excited for that, but at the same time, I am a bit marveled out at the moment, I would say. Like, there's lots of times where I could go back and rewatch a lot of the Marvel stuff. I still haven't seen Black Panther 2.
I haven't watched anything.
Me neither. That's fucked up, isn't it?
I know, and I was so excited. And I love the first one. I'm just like...
I'll see it on Disney
Well,
Plus.
other than the last 2 Marvel specials, I haven't watched anything Marvel in a long time.
I mean,
Have you watched Hawkeye yet? You started that?
No, I will. I got to finish Wednesday, I think. I'm going to try to get through that.
Now, Wednesday I finished already.
I'm not. That's not grabbing me. I'm in the middle. I'm like somewhere in the second episode, so maybe it gets better. But I'm hearing rave reviews, and I'm not getting into it yet. And I love Addams Family, but
it's interesting.
I know it's from a lot of Gen Z is what's really liking it. So
yeah, it's like a CW teen show. But
it's not even.
Oh, really?
No, it's not that cringe. No, it's.
It's a high quality.
I
CW.
bet Nick and me agree on this.
It's a high
probably.
quality.
No, did you see the
CW
Sabrina show that Netflix did? It's
Yeah.
It's on par with that.
So yes, CW.
I guess I don't watch any CW.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
They say
Riverdale.
They say the second season might have the family in it more.
I
don't know if focusing on one character is a good
personally felt like it was a fucking Harry Potter spinoff.
thing. It does feel like a CW Harry Potter show. I agree with that too. It's kind of like the
You say CW, I mean, I've never watched any CW shit. I never even watched the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series.
They know.
If you say so.
He knows.
Basically, fucking literally high school teen drama.
That's why I haven't watched
shit,
the DC
where it tries to be
CW
like
show.
adulty for teenagers, and it's just like the MTV Teen Wolf and Scream shows.
But I think
same shit.
I think it's on
same vibes. Where like that's why I don't want to watch those.
I think it's on the higher end. I'm not saying it's like the low end of CW, but that's just the vibe I get.
Riverdale making Archie edgy and shit, and like people fucking their teachers and shit. Like and there's dead bodies. Even though I get it, there's a comic, but still like hilarious. Just not my vibe. But I haven't watched Wednesday yet, so I like Addams Family and I like Jenna Ortega, so I'm gonna give it a shot. But if it is really CW-y, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a bad time.
Well, I mean, Liz and I watched it and we got through it and finished up yesterday.
So a composer you love has passed.
Angelo Badalamenti, who did the score for Twin Peaks and a lot of other David Lynch films. I'm not going to go down the list, but also did Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, which we reviewed recently. My God, the man's a legend. He was on my Spotify Wrapped this year, like one of my top listened to artists, because I'm always jamming his shit in the car. And it's just one of those things, like, we've had a lot of Twin Peaks deaths. Julie Cruz died this year, too. And the one-armed man, I can't remember his name.
Wasn't his just a few days ago, too?
Yep.
December 2nd, I think I saw on that one. Yeah, it's been a lot of death in that.
Al Strobel?
But Lynch himself is going strong.
Well, every time David Lynch trends, too, I'm like, oh, God, here it is.
Oh, yeah.
Here it is. No. Hopefully he's made like 40 movies that'll be released after he dies. And I know that's not the case, but like I'm hoping and praying.
So I was rearranging my bookcase, and this is kind of boring for some people, but it was all Twin Peaks themed, so I kind of have things organized on there. So I got all my music, and then since I got that sheet music from Twin Peaks the other day, I have that leading into my Twin Peaks books, which goes to my David Lynch book on his meditation. So, interesting stuff.
Anyway, I bought a bag of old Happy Meal toys on eBay this week for $8. It was on there for like $18, and I just offered them $8, and they accepted. And I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
it's not show and tell time.
It is now.
No, we still got a couple of things to talk about, Ghostbusters related.
I don't really give a fuck. Like what?
The HasLab pack update.
I don't give a fuck.
Because you don't have one, bitch.
No one listening cares
Rise
either.
of the Ghost Lord.
They already know.
We have Ghostbusters.
Yeah, you should already know.
If they care, they know.
We have some Ghostbusters fans that are not on the internet.
Not true. Actually, it's not even that. It's just like it's mundane news. I gotta get excited about this shit.
What do we think about it? What do we think about the VR game?
We don't. We think it looked like trash.
A little bit.
The VR game, man, like, I get that you're trying to go VR, but VR tech is just not there to be...
Didn't they already do a VR Ghostbusters game a couple of years ago, too?
Yeah.
That was shit?
Yeah, because
So,
they
like,
were
stop.
they were demoing at an event we did like
Because
4 years ago.
On the
so.
PlayStation 4 VR, Patton Oswalt voiced
Yeah, that's
Moogly.
the one. But it was a really super short game, too.
Well, they were releasing little chapters at a time. I don't know. Virtual reality is just probably a decade out from
Well, they
being worth
keep
the shit, in my
abandoning
opinion.
virtual reality every time it comes around. They like do it for a little bit. No one's interested.
It's going to be better in a form of arcades, not home right now.
It is.
Like if you had an arcade, virtual reality arcade, where you could actually have really good setups and everything for everything, that'd be great.
One, I think that Madame Tussauds Ghostbusters virtual reality worked well because you had a room with environments that was actually designed to actually be for the VR, where like here you're like, okay, how are you going to walk around your living room and like make the game work, right?
Well, you're not going to walk. You're just going to fucking move the walk button.
Yeah, and then you're going to like interact a little bit. So.
And that's
You need like a treadmill.
I was surprised like how basic some of the ghosts and stuff looked on that. I was like, oh, okay.
Everything's pretty basic.
Yeah, it looks like no, not for me.
Well, I mean, I'm just not going to buy the Meta Quest for it, or the PlayStation VR upgrade is like another $600. So you're like, and I'm like, that's not $600 quality worth of VR yet, in my opinion. So
by no means.
I'm excited they're using the IP for that stuff. I mean, it's fun that they're trying to go there and they keep going there, but like we'll see. Spirits Unleashed has some new stuff. They said quarterly updates next year, it sounds like.
Laura Summer got added, or will be added as a voice choice for female characters.
Oh, she will officially?
Yeah, they've already released a trailer for it.
I thought that was a fan-made trailer. Was that a real trailer?
It was posted by Ilphonic, so
if you like Laura Summer,
and Laura Summer's been hinting at it for a while too. So
if you like it though, go back and check out her interview with her we did last year,
or the year before. I don't even remember when.
But yeah, there's a Muncher and some new map that they're gonna have quarterly updates, and I think that'll be the next first quarter of 2023 for that.
That'll be fun. I'm enjoying that game when I play it.
Yeah.
For those of you pressing the 15 seconds forward button, this is when you can stop. We're done talking about Ghostbusters.
But the Ghostbusters Hab Lab Proton Pack will be arriving at your door a little earlier than expected.
I mean, that is fun, but like, yeah.
Show and tell. Show and tell.
Basically, that's the fun stuff.
So you bought a bag of old McDonald's Happy Meal toys.
Not McDonald's, just
Happy Meal toys.
Well,
Kids
children's
generic
meals.
Happy Meal.
This one's from Wendy's. I bought one of these last week at a actual thrift store, and then I was looking at them on eBay and found like a pack. Like each of these were going for like $5 each, and then I got for $8 a pack of a bunch of ones. This is the only Alf one, but it's Alf as Little Red Riding Hood from Alf Tales from Wendy's.
I feel like we need a close-up cam to show off all the shit we buy.
I mean, I can switch to...
Oh, yeah. Cut the camera and show it off on the... Yeah. Yeah, show it off there.
Alf.
That's the Alf
figure. Cool.
Isn't that sweet?
Extreme close-up.
What else did you get this week?
Also, it came with some dinosaurs toys.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, is that one spit water?
No.
Oh, it just turns them? Oh.
What else squirted at the laptop?
It's like a remote shutter control for a
Look at him. He looks like
camera,
he's fucking having a
camera.
seizure.
Not the bomber.
And speaking of that...
with the frying pan even?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Who made those? Like for what fast food company?
It says Disney, China, dinosaurs, Disney, China. I don't know. These don't actually have a food brand name on there. That's odd.
Interesting.
That's not normal. I'd have to look up but they're, I think they might be McDonald's. I got some more Wendy's ones. Baked potatoes. Look at these creepy fucking things.
Yeah, they were McDonald's.
Baked potatoes?
Yeah, these are Wendy's baked potatoes. And I got...
This looks like a turd with jizz and
3 of these
butter
for
on
some
it.
reason in here.
3 of the same one?
Yeah. They are wind-up potatoes. So, yeah. Wind-up potatoes.
Don't ever wind up a potato.
You can throw those
Can you
away.
guess
Those
what
are
this is?
stupid. Oh, that's the Rufio from...
Show the camera.
I'm
Hook.
showing you, motherfucker.
Yeah, Rufio from Hook. It's a squirt gun water toy.
Yep.
Awesome.
Why do they call him Rufio?
Because that's his fucking name, jackass.
Is he roofie people?
He's a child.
Is he roofie Cheerios?
A child. I got 2 of the McDonald's ice cream cones.
Oh, the
changeables.
Transformer? Yeah.
One of them is really derpy in the eyes. It's not this one. Let's see. I'll show you a transformed one and a not transformed one. See those? Those are sick as fuck.
Are we going to hand you all of our stuff?
And
to show the camera.
Lastly, in this was the hotcakes pterodactyl.
Oh, the old styrofoam ones.
Yeah.
What's funny is the styrofoam will outlast any of us.
Yeah, McDonald's killed the planet.
I mean, humans killed the planet. Capitalism killed the planet, but...
They put a lot of foam in the styrofoam.
Well, either way, you get the picture. Pterodactyl hotcakes. You know, pretty sick.
And this is an eBay score that got delivered already?
Yeah. And then lastly, from eBay also, you may have seen this on my social medias.
On his TikTok page especially.
Playboy.
It's the Playboy issued featured in Buzz's chest in Home Alone.
I was also expecting today to arrive
Crunch taters.
Some of the crunch taters seen in Home Alone, in both the scene when he's eating ice cream and in Buzz's trunk. He has a bag of crunch taters also.
We'll have that for next week.
Yeah, it was supposed to be delivered today, and it wasn't.
Is that your pickups for the week?
Yep.
Well, I got a pair of glow-in-the-dark Ghostbusters 2 sunglasses with yellow lenses, so these look kind of bootleg. I'm not sure if they are or not. The seller had a bunch of them. They shipped from Minneapolis, or from Minnesota, not Minneapolis. But, yeah, good stuff.
We had the camera small that whole time.
That's okay. You can stretch it out.
Yeah, we can.
Nick's got a bunch of stuff we're going to be passing along here, so.
I have the pickup today at Target, the NECA Punk Mogwai, the new packaging. And from McFarlane Toys.
Yeah, Nick, you're huge on these McFarlane toy lines.
DC Future State Superman.
I feel like you branch out a lot more than we do as far as some of these toy lines go, but it's nice to see you appreciate them and get them, because I go pick some of this stuff up or I see it in the stores. And
Page
I'm just like,
Punchers, the Atom.
Yeah, like I don't even know who the fuck that is, so.
Flash character, is that it?
Yeah, these are Flash characters.
Okay.
And Captain Cold, kind of like Mr. Freeze, but for the Flash.
Interesting. Captain Cold.
Looks like a G.I. Joe.
May as well be.
Like gay G.I. Joe.
And super excited about this one.
This one I'm excited to see.
This is the sexiest toy you brought in here in a while.
RoboCop in his chair. Battle damage.
Don't they have? Then they have a deluxe RoboCop himself that's like clean RoboCop, not the damaged one.
The single, yeah.
Yeah, the single card one, not the 2-pack.
I still need the Ed 209.
Okay.
That goes with this.
I like the packaging, the Omni.
Yeah, it's really good
consumer
packaging
products.
too.
Yeah,
that might be one worth keeping.
And so, Nick, you said that you'd heard in the online world that the NECA Alf figure had some sort of recall to it or something.
Some kind of production error
Interesting.
I think it was something about the joints and the legs were backwards or something like that. Something along those lines.
Interesting.
But one of you saw that might be getting a release this month.
Well, I was snooping around online a while ago and I pre-ordered mine from Deep Discount, and it said an October 15th release, and then I was on FYE for your entertainment's website the other day just browsing.
That's what it stands for.
They have a lot of NECA you can order online on there, which a lot of places you can't order online unless you go to Big Bad Toy Store and stuff.
There's a costume shop online that's an official NECA
retailer
too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Costume, I don't remember.
Yeah, but I saw a 12/15 release date for Alf again now on FYE, so we'll see. It's a pre-order. I'm hoping I finally get it before the end of the year because I really want it.
I still need to get those ET toys.
I've only got Suicidal Flannel ET.
They also had the Last of Us 2 double pack, but
I need to do a photo shoot with ET with the guitar because I've got some of Marty McFly's guitars, so I'm going to use with him.
You need to do one with a shotgun with his toe in the trigger.
I think I've got some Jurassic Park guns that are probably in scale close to that.
You could probably find a toy shotgun on eBay for $1.
Ooh, I might have to get a NECA Terminator too. A NECA Terminator figure for that. Get the shotgun.
Nick has them.
Oh, what? Yeah, I might need to borrow a shotgun for my ET photo shoot.
I got a lot of shotguns in my NECA figures.
Okay, good. That's what I need. That's what I need.
Well, is that it for that? You want to talk about this movie?
Fuck yeah, let's talk about this movie.
What movie?
Edward Scissor Sisters.
Eddie Scissor.
Edward Penis Hands. That's a real one.
Edward Penis Hands. Isn't that a real porn parody they made?
Probably. That is what I just said.
Yeah. You said that's a real one they made, but I mean, porn parody.
Well, obviously, that's a porn parody. That's not a regular. It's not a sequel.
I mean, it could be like
it's not a spinoff.
It could be a comedy bit, though, not a porno, right? Because just having somebody walk around with dick fingers would be kind of funny.
It's a prequel starring Vincent Price, and he's Edward Penis Hands.
Well, probably was. No. So this is from 1990.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do you have a lot of sentimental ties to this movie?
From childhood, not really. From my teenage years, yes.
Do you like it a lot? What about you, Nick? Do you like this movie a lot?
I don't have any sentimental ties to it, really. I remember...
Ooh, I might be a little controversial here then.
I think my sister was really into it, and I'd seen it. I watched it not too long ago, like a year or two ago or something, maybe for the first time since I was a kid.
Justin beat off for the first time watching this movie, so that's
to what?
So it's pretty nostalgic.
With a pair of scissors.
Yeah.
Circumcised yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but super glue fixed it.
Yeah.
No,
that's where you should have said that explains the scarring.
Yes, Nick missed that one.
It would be too weird for me to say it, but you could have said it.
Like, that's why you look like so much like John Bobbitts.
It makes sense if you. It makes sense if you've seen Justin naked. You two might have bathed together as children.
But that was before the fact.
Yeah, that was before my Edward Scissorhands incident.
Well, you'd have been like 6 when this movie came out.
Well, so I wouldn't have existed then.
I've never been a huge Tim Burton stan, but the thing is, I do have 2 Tim Burton tattoos, so it's kind of like also I'm a huge fan.
Well,
but it's
you love Batman and Beetlejuice despite it being Tim Burton.
Well, not necessarily, because I love Tim Burton until the year 2000 crosses, and then I'm like, I'm done. I'm absolutely 100% done. The last movie I'll watch of his is Sleepy Hollow. I like Sleepy Hollow, Mars Attacks, Ed Wood.
Forget about Mars Attacks.
You ever seen Ed Wood? You should watch that. Edward Scissorhands, classic, Beetlejuice, Batman Returns. That's my Tim Burton, and that is a solid fucking Tim Burton. But I don't need Nightmare Before Christmas even. I don't need Coraline. I don't need...
Sweeney Todd?
Fuck no.
Nightmare Before Christmas is so fucked up because it's Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, and he didn't even fucking direct it. Like, what kind of asshole puts their name into a fucking movie they don't even direct?
I don't know. Ask Steven Spielberg's Gremlins.
Steven Spielberg presents Gremlins? Yeah. That's some Spielberg shit too, right?
Yeah, it's fucking everywhere.
Isn't that
Spielberg presents Gremlins? It's on the fucking cereal box, dude.
Isn't that how Goonies was? Steven Spielberg?
Yeah, he's like,
Goonies?
Fucking let me just get my cum on your fucking VHS here.
But with Spielberg...
they probably didn't really care, though, the directors, because it's Spielberg, but...
It doesn't bother me as much with him, because does a wide variety of shit, but with Tim Burton, he's always trying to be in this weird little realm. And so it's a little more annoying when he does it.
I'm getting dog kisses.
I'm going to tell you, I think Edward Scissorhands is way overrated. Very fucking well cast. There's some really cool shit that goes on in this movie as far as the set design and the coloring and everything like that. I think is pretty fascinating in this movie, but over fucking rated. Like, I couldn't wait for this movie to end last night when I was watching. I was like, are we fucking done yet?
That's a bummer.
I know.
I enjoyed it.
I love this movie despite having conflicted feelings about Johnny Depp these days. But I still like this movie a lot.
Well, let's read down some of the cast here,
well,
right?
let's go into the cast as they come so we can, for plot purposes.
In order of appearance?
Well, sort of. Let's start with just...
Conchata Farrell.
No.
Who is also in Krampus, that we will also review this week. Rest in peace, 2 years
I'm just
ago.
lost. Winona Ryder, okay? Let's start there, I guess. Classic. Lovely.
Don't like her hair in this.
I don't really care. I just like to see her different. Obviously, we want goth Winona Ryder, but this is a goth movie that she's in, so...
It would be too much goth.
Well, this is like pastel goth, basically. That's what this movie is.
It is. The color palette for the suburban landscape is very eerie.
It's a real Florida
music.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
But I like how the cars are color-coded later on. Like, they don't have the same color as their house, but it's a color of a different house in the neighborhood. That's fun. It's whimsical and weird, and I like the alternative reality, but it's still Earth. Because they're listening to Tom Jones and shit, and it's still but it's weird.
Yeah, Winona Ryder. And fun fact, Winona Ryder is not seen in this movie until the 39th minute.
I like the neighborhood model that they're zooming over for the overhead shot.
Oh, yeah.
So like Beetlejuice.
Exactly.
The neighborhood model, there's a really cool matte painting of the castle up on the hill. I really like that. That contrasts greatly with the neighborhood itself.
All right.
Also, Tim Burton has a thing for machines breaking eggs open.
He just has a thing for Rube Goldberg machines. everybody did back in the 80s and 90s. Diane Wiest, okay? She's what really makes this movie, not Johnny Depp.
She's the star of this
she
movie.
Is so fucking yeah. That's the thing. It shouldn't be Winona Ryder on the cover. It should be Diane Wiest, because she is a fucking legend.
She's like the.
I love Winona Ryder. I'm just saying.
But she's like the major character.
She's what carries the movie.
Yeah,
she does. She carries the movie
so
here.
lovingly. I want her to be my mother. You know what I mean? I love my mother. I'm fine with my mother. But like, you know what I mean? Like I see her and I'm like, I want that to be my mommy. She's
and
so
not
caring.
in the Bryce Dallas Howard type of way.
Oh, maybe. In this movie, she ain't looking too bad, or in Lost Boys. So.
It's different, though. She's such a great actor because if you look at Lost Boys, and she's kind of a little more frantic in there, and like this, she's just so
I love this
calm and caring.
She's so wholesome. That's what I kept writing was wholesome. That's in my notes 100 times.
Yeah.
And then, like Nick mentioned, Conchata Farrell.
Alan Arkin.
Alan Arkin is a fucking god.
Yeah.
You got his name wrong?
I just misread my own word. Arkin.
I love his voice.
Classic Justin.
I know.
Alan Arkin.
You want me to butcher something?
Oh, I think he was in that movie with Fred Hanks.
Yeah, he was. It's Tim Hanks, isn't it? Tim Hanks? He's one of my favorites.
Tim Shanks.
So...
Anthony Michael Hall. He gets to be a villain. And as a villain, he's pretty good in this.
Yeah, he's finally gone through puberty.
Yeah, I mean, he looks completely different. You're like, oh, fuck. That is that little shit. He's all grown up.
I just don't like him the same since Halloween Kills.
Edward Scissorhands dies tonight.
Yeah.
I like the creepy Christian lady playing the organ. That's fun. I used to have an organ like that.
Mm-hmm.
She goes up. She's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go try to sell makeup to whoever lives in this fucking castle." Basically, and she sees his sculptures and his beautiful garden and everything, and is like, "This is fucking awesome. I'm gonna go into this house without anybody saying I can."
Yeah, I'm just gonna break and enter here, which is fucking hilarious.
Hello!
Later,
coming up in the bedrooms. Do you want to buy makeup?
Because later on, Ed gets in trouble for breaking and entering.
Yep.
That's great.
The door was unlocked, though, right?
I don't know. We don't ever really determine that.
That don't matter. Still breaking and entering.
No.
Yeah.
Not if it's unlocked.
You're on
Does
private
not
property.
matter. It's still technically breaking and entering.
It's trespassing, but it's not breaking and entering.
It is.
No.
It is.
Pretty sure.
It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Whether my door is locked or is irrelevant.
Yeah, because you're breaking the seal of the door. Or something. I don't know. Sounds good. All right, and we cannot fucking forget Vincent Price. This is actually his last major film role. Fuck you. You cannot. Dick.
He's, I love him in Scooby-Doo and the 13 Ghosts. That's my favorite Vincent Price.
He's very feeble in this.
He's interesting. So she finds Edward up in there, and he has a scarred-up face, and she's like, "Oh, poor guy." She's scared at first, and then
as the Avon salesperson, yeah, she
takes him home.
Let me see if we can fix this guy up. Looks a little fucked up in the face.
And already the neighborhood is like, "Wait, I can sense there's dick nearby," and all the women in the neighborhood are like, "Oh shit, there's new dick in the neighborhood. New dick, new dick."
Mm-hmm.
And it's that goth dad dick.
Goth daddy, and everybody wants him when they meet him.
Yeah.
And then they got the whole neighborhood gossip crew. Helen calls somebody, and Helen is Conchata Farrell.
Yeah, he cuts his own face, and then he stabs the waterbed, and I posted a joke about squirting for the first time. How
he
he
pops
reacts.
that fucking waterbed twice. The first time is not as bad. The second
and
time he
covers it up, and then
it.
it somehow just is fixed, and they ignore that.
I'm
He's
assuming,
even lays in it later, yeah.
Continuity error, or they patched it with a waterbed because waterbeds used to have to patch. So.
See, breaking and entering involves the use of force. Trespass only requires unauthorized entry.
I don't give a shit.
In Missouri, there isn't breaking and entering on the books. It's just called second-degree burglary.
Thanks.
I learned absolutely nothing.
Phone drop.
Well, don't break it again. You know, you got to fix it.
Look how shiny and new it is.
That's
that screen. It's clean.
Glad you got all the semen out of the screen. That old cracked one has it.
Well, he found all that.
Well, I put it under a black light, and I almost went blind.
I like the T-Rex hedge. I would like that in my yard.
All that hedge art is called topiary, I read about.
I mean, I read that it was called that too. I just decided, fuck that, I'm not calling it that.
That's a funny word, and so I was like, what? People are probably like, what the fuck do you call it when you trim a hedge like that?
I should start carving my bush into a T-Rex.
Exactly, you should. Topiary. It can be used for your pubic designs as well as hedges and bushes.
Manscaping, call us.
Yeah, we can get Manscaping to advertise for us now.
Jesus Christ, it's called Manscaped. If you want fucking people to pay you, get their name right.
Manscaped, call us.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I actually have some of their soap, but it's because it was a free sample.
We can make Patreon videos of us using their products.
Their products are actually pretty good. They smell extremely manly, so that's the only thing. I personally probably wouldn't use the soap, but I might use the shaving products and whatnot. But
manly, yes.
It smells very manly, so it's too manly for me. Like I pretty much use womanly soaps, so they're much better. They're better for your skin and everything. I recommend it. Start using women's soap, or at least women brands.
pH balance,
men's
active
versions, even if you have to. But like Dove deodorant, that's where it's at. Even if you get the men's.
I use the more expensive shit with better ingredients.
You mean worse ingredients? Like that doesn't actually work, like hippie shit?
Probably.
Well, like $20, and then that's why...
Vegan deodorant.
Yeah.
I got big enough tits here.
Not
I don't need
tested
to
on animals.
I don't need to get breast cancer here.
You're a mean one.
All right, so... Yeah, the hedges are pretty cool. Oh, the lady's talking about the power of Satan.
Yeah, that lady's fucking annoying. And there's so many people like that person in real life. You're like, you disgust me.
Yeah.
Walking around acting like you're the only person that got it right. And you're like, there's billions of people all over this world that have differing views than you, and you think you're right? How fucking pompous can you get?
Alan Arkin, again, wholesome character in this. You'd expect kind of the dad character to kind of be an asshole to this situation, and he is not. He's great.
It's Edward. It's Edward.
He was fine that his wife moved a man in while he was at work.
My favorite Alan Arkin role is Little Miss Sunshine. You ever seen that, Nick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's great in that. It's my favorite. But he's a classic actor, so.
Can we talk about Ed trying to put the pants on? That was pretty funny.
Yeah. I think at one point I read Tom Cruise was in debate to play Edward, but he didn't want to play him if it wasn't explained on screen how he took a piss.
Really?
Yeah.
Or how he survived up in that mansion the whole time.
Either one.
He was invented by something else. It's not like he's a human.
Well, yeah, it's just also a movie, so fuck off. Don't worry about his dick.
Well, yeah, he may not have one.
It's not that serious.
I mean, stripping him down, he could look like a fucking...
He would have cut his dick off if he had one by now, so it's fine.
He could have looked like
It's
a
gone.
mannequin. Yeah, exactly. His urethra
Also,
stub.
it's implied that there is no body. That is his body. You're looking at his body.
The
black
goth suit.
The bondage
pinhead suit.
That's implied to be his
the
body at that
Cenobite
point, I
suit.
think.
Yeah.
So.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh, Cenobites.
So Winona Ryder's not going to get any dick.
No, but he does have a face with a mouth.
I was gonna say yes. He does have a tongue.
That's all she needs.
He does have a face saddle. If you catch my drift.
She could probably replace one of his fingers with a dildo.
Do you think that she can't put a strap on this man?
Yeah, she's intuitive. There's a lot of smart people in this world, Nick. Don't ever discount their ability to improvise.
Mm-hmm.
But what's he getting out of this?
Seeing somebody be happy.
He just gets off trimming hedges.
I don't know. Ask that to all of the women who give men head and they don't give it in return.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible people.
That should be a crime. But who am I to say?
Oh yeah, the more flashbacks where he's a fresh half boy.
Mm-hmm.
He's reading him and he's like, "How about poetry?" That's fun. And then she finally gets home and he's sleeping in her bed and is horrified because obviously he looks horrifying. He looks like, his hair's modeled after Robert Smith, but he definitely looks like he's in one of these late 80s goth industrial bands, for sure, which is awesome. Tom Jones. Oh, I like, Alan Arkin takes him down and he's like, pours him a drink of alcohol. That scene's funny, and he's like, what is this? It's lemonade. Drink it.
Yeah, and then he can't pick the glass up, and Bill just puts a straw in there for him. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, it's just so
and he
simple.
Like sucks it down really fast.
Yeah, he chugs it. And then he laughs at him, and then he gets he gets fucking shit faced.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
And then he gives a bunch of women awful haircuts.
Well, he starts doing the hedge trimming. Ed, you gonna charge for your gardening? Well, she made him cookies.
Well, then he does dog grooming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
he probably does Diane Weist's bush too.
I don't know. I hope it's a gnarly one.
Well, it's not anymore. It's like exactly. It's something fucking cool as shit now.
It's like a side wave, like a.
When's that gonna be a fad on our planet?
What?
Like animal shapes in the bush.
I mean, you just got to get creative and look it up, Nick.
Yeah.
People with
not
the right
a fad
skills
though. Come on.
We're on landing strips are back.
They're starting to grow.
Bushes
are
back too.
They're starting to grow it back. Yeah.
Here for it.
I like it if it's poking out of the underwear. Then that's cool. But a little over the top, not poking out the sides, but where the underwear's a little low, and then you can see that strip. That's pretty good. And they get away with it on.
You're like cock blocking yourself right now.
They
if
get away.
Ever listens to
they
this.
get away with it on Instagram.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Do what makes you feel good. That's all I gotta say.
Empower yourselves.
And be with someone who appreciates it how you like it.
The one girl creams herself during the haircut.
Yeah, the redhead neighbor. I forget. I never got her name written down, but
she's the attempted rapist.
Yes, she is.
And she tries to say he. She tries to say he'd try to rape her or something. Yeah.
Edward will always be on special after he's on TV, and you expect him to kill people like the Joker and Joker.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun. He cuts the mic and gets shocked instead. That's fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which is interesting. I don't know how. If
that would happen.
Well, there is live. There's possibly like microphones do have electricity, especially like ours do.
But is it going to blow out the monitor next?
Well, is
to
it gonna?
If
he's cutting it with scissors and that's connected to his body, I don't know how if it would be exactly, but it's it's a cheesy effect. I get it.
It's a movie. It's only 48 volts for.
But 48 volts is on the line potentially, so it's like it's not necessarily a lie, but
it's
little pushing
overdone.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the awful haircuts. And then
he does better with the dogs.
Oh yeah, tries to get banged. She takes her clothes off. The bank is just a fucking blank ass building that says bank on it.
Well, the hair place is interesting because he's all into it at first, and then she's like starts stripping down for him, and then.
My next note is Jim wants a fuckmobile and to rob his dad.
Yes, he does. Jim's a fucking terrible human.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And
human.
they sneak in with Edward to rob the place. He's wearing a hat and a jacket. It's pretty cool. And then they leave his ass to get arrested because they're dickheads.
He had like Michael Jackson vibes when he's like incognito,
Apparently another person considered for the role.
Michael Jackson?
That would have been
According to IMDb. Again, IMDb is probably just like Wikipedia where people are just adding shit.
That would have.
But
that would have worked though too.
That would have made this a great movie for Justin and me.
Ooh, that could have taken it next level. I swear to God.
I wouldn't like the movie then.
It would have reversed for you, but
I'd been like, yeah, we're not reviewing that. I'm sorry. Yeah, so then he gets arrested, goes to court, and I like there's the one wholesome movie cop who's like genuinely concerned about him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's talking to the lawyer the psych doctor. He's like, is he going to be okay?
Yeah, he's not like, am I going to have to arrest this guy again? He's actually worried about his actual well-being. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's the ethics money question at dinner table.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do with the money? I would give it to my loved
ones. I was going to ask you guys to answer this question.
What's the question?
You're walking down the street. You find a suitcase full of money. There's no one around. No human in evidence. What do? Keep the money? Use it to buy gifts for friends and loved ones? You give it to the poor. You turn it in to the police.
I'd give it to the poor, which is also the same answer as keep it.
I have debt that I would use. I would pay it off with.
That's what I would do. I'm a terrible person.
You would both keep it.
I'm selfish. No, I would give it to the poor.
Oh, okay. He'd keep it.
I would keep it, but I would also give it to the poor because I am the poor.
Keep it means you're going to spend it on yourself.
I am the poor, Nick.
I would use it to pay off my debt, my personal debt.
I am poor, so yes, it works out.
I think you have to give it to another poor person, though.
You didn't say that in there. Alec
Otherwise,
is pretty
you're
poor.
keeping it.
Alec is pretty poor.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's still selfish. So then,
not if he wraps it up and gives himself a gift. And how's that selfish? You name one thing about capitalism.
Because you're helping
that isn't
yourself
selfish.
instead of someone else.
Okay, and we got billionaires in the world, and you're asking me. And
I'm
you're
saying
gonna,
that's the difference in the answers.
You're the problem with the world. He's going to try.
We don't want to confuse him now.
He's going to try and guilt us.
Now, technically, if no one claims it, the police are supposed to give it back to you. But you can't.
I would never.
The
police is the last option.
Exactly.
I would burn it before I'd give it to the police. I mean, for fire money. I'd stick it in my ass first. For pleasure. Like, you know what I mean? I'd give myself ass paper cuts on my anus with it intentionally before I gave it to the police. Sorry.
He's over here defending Elon. You can't take money from rich people. What if it was Elon Musk money? What if we found out it was Elon Musk money they left laying around? Does that change how you
I didn't
answered?
say give it back to the person that belongs to.
He didn't answer it. What did you say you would do? Keep it?
Half and half.
Fuck off.
Half
Fuck
for me,
you.
half for poor. How much money's in this suitcase?
So I would get half. I like that. I like this. That way, it's ethical because you give it to me and I'm poor.
You're coming out ahead either way.
But that would be also buy gifts for friends and family.
No, it wouldn't be buying gifts. It would just be handing me cash. Cold, hard cash, baby. Crispy new $100 bills. The ice sculptures. It makes a big dildo out of ice. Not really. It's something else. It's an angel.
An angel.
And he makes it snow. And then she starts jizzing in the snow. And Jim scares away Edward because he accidentally cuts her hand.
Yeah, because he gets mad when she comes around.
And he tears off his clothes and rages around town.
Yeah, then he's back to Cenobite form.
And this is the part of the movie where it gets like, all right, I don't really care what's happening here anymore because it's just like you're doing the typical movie ending thing. You got to have a climax somehow.
Well, they're doing like the Frankenstein's monster thing here. Like, oh, the village is they're going to go and do that.
It does feel kind of
Yeah,
Frankensteinish.
This is a strange movie because the police officer chases him up to the castle and goes in there and fires shots to try to make him think that it's all done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they don't believe him, so the cop does right by him, though, just to let him go be his and do right on him there.
Yeah.
And then,
we have a flashback to him again and the creator dying and him ruining his hands.
Yeah, he gives him the hands, and they're just like silicone. You're like, oh, so you're going to fist yourself with those. Those are like the silicone.
They're like the rubber fists that are unfolded.
Yeah, exactly. It's not this shape. If everyone's seen that shape of one at the store, but they're like hands. And what were they going to do? It didn't look like they moved. How was he going to operate them?
Who knows?
That's one thing they didn't explain. Movie magic for you right there.
And then the movie just sort of ends, and Winona Ryder's old as fuck again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which we forgot to talk
about. I was there, bitch. That's how I know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she says to a little girl.
So every time it snows. And you're like, okay. Edward's carving icicles.
They should at least have an old person.
I never go up there and see him, and I left him up there because fuck him, that's why. That's the last line of the movie.
Well, and I mean, you should just have it like show him dead collapsed because the whole fucking roof of that building had fallen off since the inventor died, and he just out there hanging out with the fucking top of the chimney. I'm like, come on.
Oh yeah, we forgot. Anthony Michael Hall dies. He kills him. That's fun.
Oh, he falls out the window. Yeah.
He stabs him in the gut and pushes him out the window.
Good.
Sort of.
Good.
It's kind of like the Spider-Man kill.
Good.
Yeah, he kills himself.
He kills himself, but he also kind of did kill him. It's like if he didn't stab him in the gut, he wouldn't have died. Period. But he didn't push him out the window.
Yeah.
But he also might have died from being stabbed in the gut, depending on how far he stabbed him.
Yeah.
It's a horrible way to die.
Being stabbed in the gut is one of the most painful places you can be shot. But you are not going to die.
Stop it or I'll kill you myself.
Yeah, so I like Edward Scissorhands.